This is the M2 MacBook Air 13-inch. Why did Apple decide to bring a 15-inch in? And why I'm still recommending this 13-inch? Let me tell you all about it.
Let's go, brothers!
Are you going to get the MacBook Air 15? That's the first question.
No. 13-inch or go home. Forever.
Okay, so if you show...
Hey guys, I am Danny, your friendly tech amigo. And WWDC just finished up. I've been playing around with Sonoma. I've been playing around with iOS 17. But I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about that in other videos. Right now, what I am going to talk about is I feel ripped off by Apple. So recently, we decided to get the MacBook Air M2 base model. We're like, hey, you know what? This is a great computer. I've got the M2 Pro on my Mac Mini. But we're like, you know what? For what my wife's going to be doing and what we can both use this laptop for, which is basically a little Word, a little surfing the web, maybe to watch some YouTube videos, etc. We're like, all right, we're going to get the base model. Cool. Now I knew there was going to be a 15-inch model that was going to be announced at WWDC, but I didn't know that it was going to be the same price as the back then current M2 MacBook Air. The older model was at like $1,200 in Mexico is at 29,000 pesos, and I was thinking, I was like, all right, so they're going to make the M2 MacBook Air 15-inch. It's not going to have anything different, but it does have a couple of things different. First of all, the price stayed the same. It's about $1,200. It's about $1,100 with the education discount. Now the base model does come with 2 more cores of GPU, but even with all that, even with the extra screen real estate and even with the extra GPUs, I still recommend that you buy the MacBook Air 13-inch. Hear me out. I had the 2017 MacBook Air and that was an Intel version. However, I still ran about 30 to 40 of my videos on this YouTube channel. Yes, I was doing them off of only iMovie. So I know MacBook Airs are powerful machines, let alone M Silicon. Obviously it has a case on it, but this model, 256 gig of SSD storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's got the 8-core CPU and the 8-core GPU. However, this bad boy will probably get through whatever you throw at it, and it's still a little cheaper than what the 15-inch MacBook Air M2 is. Got the 1080p webcam, it's got the 2K display, HDR, awesome to watch content. It's got Dolby Atmos speakers, great sounding speakers. I mean, really, this is a great bargain, especially now since the price even dropped a little bit. I cannot recommend this even more. If you're looking for a cheap laptop, especially one that's going to go into your Apple ecosystem, I recommend this. You could also still buy the M1 MacBook Air, really good. However, the screen resolution is not as good, and this does have a little bit more screen real estate because of the cutout for the 1080 webcam, and it does have the MagSafe and the 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port. I cannot recommend this computer enough. If you really are looking for a budget friendly computer, this is it. Now this black one right here, this is my 15-inch IdeaPad Gaming from Lenovo, and this one that has a case, yep, that's the 13-inch MacBook Air. You see the difference? And look at the difference in how thin they are. Keep in mind, this one does have a case and this one does not. And the weight, I mean, oh my goodness. Now, I'm not saying that the MacBook Air 15-inch is going to be way overweight. No. But I do know that this 13-inch MacBook Air is super lightweight and it's super compact. For us, really just want something to work on, whether it's just documents here and there, spreadsheets, watch YouTube videos, watch the last episode of Ted Lasso's. This is probably more than what you need to get through your day. Keep in mind, you can run pro apps just like Final Cut Pro, Logic. You can also buy DaVinci and run that through. I don't recommend you use it for that if you're going to use high-end graphics. And when I mean high-end graphics, I mean titles, backgrounds, color grading, all that. However, if you're like me and you just do a little bit of color grading and some sound here and there, this bad boy will probably get through any of the videos you throw at it. Even if you throw 4K at it, it's still going to get the job done. Why? Because Apple's silicon is so good at optimizing each and every one of Apple's softwares. However, you can also run DaVinci on this with no issues. I have DaVinci running on my M2 Pro, Mac Mini, and I also have Final Cut Pro. And let me just say, it's very, very difficult to say which one is better. Now, back to the difference between the 15-inch and the 13-inch. No difference at all on the inside, other than on the 15-inch, it does have 2 more GPU cores, which brings it up to 10 rather than 8 on the base model. However, you can upgrade to 512 gigabytes of storage on the 13-inch MacBook Air M2 model, and that will bring it up to the M2 processor, which will have the 8-core CPU and the 10-core GPU, and it's probably going to be around the same price. The only thing that you're going to miss out on is that extra screen real estate. The ports still the same. You still get your MagSafe, and then you still get your 2 Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports. Nothing changed. You still get the same keyboard, you get the same trackpad, you get the same Touch ID. Nothing is changed other than the real estate. So it's really hard to recommend this new MacBook Air 15-inch to anybody other than you really need that 15-inch. I cannot recommend this computer more. We've had it for about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. We bought it about a week before WWDC, and things here in Mexico, I mean, the 15-inch already came out in the States, but in Mexico, it's probably going to take a few weeks, maybe even a month before we can order it, let alone when it will arrive. But this is a beautiful laptop, very thin. We did get a case on this because this is the midnight blue, and the fingerprint stains, boy, those are real. And this is subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I will be doing some testing out this M2 base model chip with the 8-core CPU and the 8-core GPU with my M2 Pro base model, which got 10-core CPU, and I believe it's got 16-core GPUs, but I do have 16 gigabytes of RAM on that. That's a whole different story, but I will be comparing them, and like I'm telling you, I cannot recommend this computer enough. If you're thinking about buying one, go get one and tell them Danny from Tech Amigo sent you. I am Danny, your friend Tech Amigo, and I'll see you guys in the next one.